right? We ask, right? Salach lanu, right? Shema kolenu, right? All of the things that we ask for are things that are in the plural. So aren't they communal, right? I'm asking for the community. No, you're really asking for yourself, right? When you say salach lanu, you're really saying salach li. So why are you saying it in the plural?
You're fooling Hashem.
You're not fooling Hashem. You don't fool Hashem, but what's the idea behind it? The idea is that when you
somebody else
right,
first, then not
no, right, we're all guilty.
No, the idea is that we understand that we're asking for ourselves, but when we ask for ourselves as part of a greater piece, there is a greater chance that we will be answered. But these are really private bakashos. All of the bakashos of Shemona Esrei are private bakashos. On Shabbos, when we don't ask private bakashos, we miss out on that entire middle section. We have the three in the beginning. We have the three at the end. Those they don't change. 3 in the beginning, 3 at the end. And what do we have in the middle? How many in the middle?
Shacharis you're talking about?
it's really one.
Shacharis or Musaf?
Well, that's what I meant, but not Mincha Mar.
But
Yeah,
Mr.
Mincha too.
For Rosh Hashana, just
I'm talking about a regular Shabbos.
It's just the one.
Just one.
The whole
On a regular Shabbos, there are 7 brachos. 3 at the beginning, which are the usual 3 of Sheva. 3 at the end, which are the usual 3 of Hodaya. And 1 in the middle. What is the one in the middle? It's not a bakasha because we can't have bakashas. What's it called? Anybody remember how the bracha ends in the middle? This is a little bit harder because Avelim don't usually daven. Mekadesh Hashabas. And on Yom Tov, Mekadesh Yisrael V'Hazmanim. Right? What is it called? It's called the bracha of Kedushas Hayom. Kedushas Hayom, the sanctity of the day. So you look in Shabbos, and you'll see, those first 3 brachos I remember, the last 3 brachos I remember, the middle bracha is unusual. And the middle bracha changes because if it's Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, if it's Yom Tov and Shabbos, that middle bracha changes.
Also, if it's Marev or Shakarid or Musaf, changes.
Well, the nature of the bracha doesn't change. There might be different things that you add into it. Right, so for instance, in Musaf, rather than just a simple paragraph of Kedushas Hayom that we have in Shacharis and Musaf, we actually enumerate the karbanos of Musaf. But how do we end? Mekadesh HaShavas, right? On Yom Tov, Mekadesh Yisrael V'Hazmanim, right? So the essence, the bracha part is the same. The question is, what makes up that middle section, right? What makes up that middle section? On Rosh Hashana, there's a difference. On Rosh Hashana doesn't have 19 brachos, and Rosh Hashana doesn't have 7 brachos. How many brachos is in the Rosh Hashana Shmona Esrei?
Correct.
9.
Well, I guess I should.
Like a lot.
I guess I should.
Yeah.
I guess I should specify it.
It takes a lot.
How many brachos? How many brachos in the Rosh Hashana Musaf Shmona Esrei?
That's not 9?
9.
9.
There are 9 brachos in the Rosh Hashanah Musaf Shmona Esrei.
Which ones?
So you have 3 beginning to 3, and then you have
And then 3 in the middle.
No, but Shofros is Kronos and Malkios is Kronos and Shofros.
Okay.
But those are huge sections. Each one is just one bracha. I'm not.
Yeah, because you think
I
about
believe
it. Each one adds a different thing.
Look,
We
have very simple brachos, right? 1-line brachos.
Yeah.
I make a drink, I make a 1-line bracha. I'm eating a piece of popcorn, I make a 1-line bracha. Right? We have 1-line brachos. But then we have paragraph brachos, right? Paragraph brachos, the ones that most easily come to mind are benching. Right? Benching is made up of paragraph brachos, right? Davening. Davening is made up of paragraph brachos. Right, those are paragraphs, and then we have page brachos, right? Right, novel brachos. Right. We have brachos that go for pages, like the brachos on Rosh Hashanah Musaf. Right, the brachos of Rosh Hashanah Musaf. The first 3 are the same, not exactly. Right? The first three are the same, but on Rosh Hashanah, we change Hakel HaKadosh to HaMelech HaKadosh because Malchios is one of the themes, right? Appointing God as the king is one of the themes of Rosh Hashanah. So we change Hakel HaKadosh to HaMelech HaKadosh. What happens if you forget to say HaMelech HaKadosh? Go back to the beginning of Shemona Esrei, right? Because you've messed up that first unit. We also have certain additions to that first unit, right? Zachrenu l'chaim, Melech HaBetz b'chaim. Those, if you forget those, you don't have to go back and repeat because they're not essential to the structure of those first three brachos. But you have those first three brachos. You have the last three brachos.
So when the Kedusha come in, because that's really another bracha too. When you're at the end of Kedusha,
What do you say at the end of Kedusha?
Hakel
Hakel HaKadosh or HaMelech HaKadosh.
Right.
Kedusha is in the bracha of Kedusha. Right? That's the third bracha. Right? It's called Kedushas Hashem. That's the technical name for the third bracha, Kedushas Hashem.
Okay.
Right? Avos, Gevura, Kedushas Hashem. All right? Now, so that's those three, and the last three are the same. And in the middle are three unique brachos that we only say on Rosh Hashanah. Hal mentioned them before. Malchios, a multi-page bracha that has to do with crowning HaKadosh Baruch Hu as king. Shofaros, a multi-page bracha that has to do, Zichronos is next. Malchios, Zichronos, a multi-page bracha that has to do with asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu to remember our ancestors and to save us because of them. Right, asking Kadosh Baruch Hu to remember, right? And the third middle bracha is called Shofaros. It is also a pages long bracha, and it is referencing the idea of a Kadosh Baruch Hu revealing himself in the world, which is what the shofar hints to. We just read about Matan Torah, right? Last week, Parshas Yisro. We read about Matan Torah. What sound preceded Matan Torah? Tkiya shofar. Right? The shofar was sounded before Matan Torah. The shofar will be sounded again at the ultimate revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu at the time of Mashiach. Okay, we'll get that again. So we have this idea that shofaros is talking about revelation. Why are these brachos multi-page brachos?
The guy who wrote it got paid by the word.
Okay.
with the shofar at Har Sinai, the same shofar from the ram from Akedah Yitzchak that's going to be used in Mashiach? Or was it a different shofar then?
I'm not sure. Or the same. It might have been the same one as the. I don't know. How could it have been the same one as Akedah?
I thought that's what they said. That one is really the other red, the horn is to be used.
No, the one at Akedah Yitzchak, and the other one will be at Mashiach.
Right. Same ram. Not the same one.
Okay.
Right?
The other horn.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one. Okay. So here we go. So let's just focus on this. So we have these three additional brachos on Rosh Hashanah. Why are they so long? Think. What's the essence of them? Each one of those brachos has 10 psukim. In addition to the general theme of the brachos, there are 10 psukim. There are 10 specific psukim in Malchios. There are 10 specific psukim in Zichronos and 10 specific psukim in Shofaros, right? Now, why do we have those 10 psukim? We're going to learn about it. Right? That's in our Gemara coming up, right? Why are there 10 psukim? And those 10 psukim are broken down into three psukim from Torah, 3 psukim from Nach, 3 psukim from Ksuvim, Tanakh, and the 10th pasuk from where? Back again from Torah. Okay, and this I I thought about bringing Machzorim, but then I don't know. But when you'll go back, right? I don't know if you remember Rosh Hashana. Maybe I'll have to, right? But if you look, you'll notice. Oh, here we go. 3 psukim from Torah, 3 psukim from Nevi'im, 3 psukim from Ksuvim. Final concluding pasuk from Torah again, and then the bracha. And then what? What happens after the bracha of Malchios? After the bracha of Shofaros? Then we blow the shofar. The shofar is blown 3 times during Musaf. At the end of Malchios, at the end of Zichronos, and at the end of Shofaros. Now we in the Ashkenazic world, and I say we because I'm speaking, but we in the Ashkenazic world, we blow the shofar only during Chazaras Hashatz, only during the repetition of the shots. What's the shots? What does shots mean? Shliach Tzibur. It's an abbreviation. Shin Sadi for Shliach Tzibur. That's Chazaras Hashatz. Right? That's when we blow the shofar. But there are communities, some Sephardic communities, Syrian community, among others, that have the minhag of blowing the shofar during the quiet Shmoneh. Right. Labriut, David. Blowing the shofar during the quiet Shmoneh Esrei. Yes, of course, and the repetition. Yes, but during the quiet. So in other words, everybody gets up to the point, and then they wait, and they blow the shofar, and then they continue their silent Shmoneh Esrei. They blow the shofar, right? Wait, blow the shofar, and continue their silent Shmoneh Esrei. The question as to why we do that as opposed to just doing it during Chazaras Hashatz is an interesting question. We're not going to get to it. It has to do with losing one's concentration, losing one's place, things like that. But we're going to talk about it. Okay, so back to the Mishnah. That was an introduction. Okay, back to the Mishnah.
We got 2 words.
Okay, the Mishnah says Seder brachos. What do we do for the brachos? Omer, we make the following brachos. But now you'll understand it all. Omer avos. Okay, Brochat Hashem Magen Avraham. Gevuros. What is Gevuros? Right. Brochat Hashem.
If it follows, I can't like.
How does Gevuros end? Gevuros in the beginning.
I don't know. I can look it up. Say I got an app.
Okay. Right. Kedushas Hashem. And the third. Chaya Mesim, correct. Okay. Because remember, Tchias HaMesim is one of the acts of Gevura. And the final bracha is Kedushas Hashem. How does Kedushas Hashem end? Hakel HaKadosh generally, but HaMelech HaKadosh on Rosh Hashanah. Okay. Says the Mishnah, V'kolel malchios imahen v'eina tokeya. What does the Mishnah say? V'kolel malchios imahem. With what? Included with them. The Eino Tokeya.
And don't blow the shofar.
And don't blow the shofar after Malchios. So when do you blow it? So according to this opinion in the Mishnah, what do we have? In other words, we always understood it to be
Malchios.
We understood it to be Avos, Gevuros, Kedushas Hashem, Malchios, Zichronos, Shofaros. And then the last 3 brachos, right? So what is our Gemara telling us? Gemara is telling us, wait a second, no, that's not right. Why is that not right? Because I misled you all. There are not 9 brachos in the Musaf Shemona Esrei. How many brachos are there?
The Malchios is included with.
Well, how many brachos are there? What bracha? We've already had the paradigm of a Shabbos bracha, right? A non-weekday bracha. 3 at the beginning, Kedushas Hayom in the middle, 3 at the end. What's missing here in Rosh Hashanah Musaf? Kedushas Hayom. Where is Kedushas Hayom?
Oh, it's in the middle. It's in the middle of. It has to be in the middle of Malchus because it's Ein Kates Bacha,
Right, where is Kedushas Hayom? Think about it, right? There is no Kedushas. If that is the order, right? Avos, Gevuros, Kedushas Hashem, Malchios, Zichronos, Shofaros, and the last 3, There is no Kedushas Hayom. There's no Kedushas Hayom. Where do we have a and the Shema and
No,
the
Kedushas Hashem.
no, there is Kedushas Hashem is Hamelech HaKadosh. Kedushas
What do
Hashem.
you say then?
You say
Third one.
well, that's
No, because after the,
Hal's question is precisely going to, that's the subject of our Mishnah. That's the machlokas in our Mishnah. In other words, what do we do? Everybody agrees avos is avos.
Mhm.
Everybody agrees gevuros is gevuros.
Mhm.
All right? What's the question? The question is, what do we now do with Kedushas Hashem and Kedushas Hayom? What do we do with those guys? What do we do with Kedushas Hashem and what do we do with Kedushas Hayom? So according to this first opinion in the Mishnah, what do we do? So look at what it says. The Mishnah says, "V'kolel malchios imahen." What does that mean, "V'kolel malchios imahen"? What does it mean? You include malchios with what?
Kedushas Hashem.
Imahem, with the first section. The first section. That section is 3, right? So you're not going to put malchios in avos. You're not going to put malchios in gevuros. Where are you going to put malchios by definition? In Kedushas Hashem. So according to this first opinion, the brachos of the Musaf Shmona Esrei are as follows. Avos. Gevuros. Gevura. Kedushas Hashem, that includes malchios. Then what? Kedushas Hayom. No, Kedushas Hayom, Zichronos, Shofaros, and the last 3.
That's how you get
Okay? That's how you have 9, but you've included Kedushas Hayom. That's this first opinion. The opinion says, V'kolel malchios imahen, v'eino tokeya. You don't make a bracha after malchios. Why not? Because what is the end of malchios? Kedushas Hashem. You don't make a bracha there. You don't blow the shofar there. Why don't you blow the shofar there? Why don't you blow the shofar there? Let's just think about it for a second, okay? Let's imagine what's going to happen.
I apologize to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
Kedushas Hayom is at the end. Because we don't say Mekadesh Yisrael v'Yom HaZikaron until the end. Right before Modim.
Until the end
Of the Shmona Esrei. It's
not the
at
end,
Malchus.
until the end of the middle section.
Right. So you're not using Kedushas Hashem in Malchus. It's actually by shofars.
No, Kedushas Hayom you're referring to.
Yeah.
We're talking here about Kedushas Hashem.
Oh, you said Kedushas.
I meant Kedushas Hashem. In other words, the first opinion here says.
Got it. Because you said I got it.
First one says
No,
Kedushas Hashem.
you're right.
Right
I
now,
got it.
no. So what's the issue? So the issue with Kedushas Hashem, in other words, if I include Malchios in Kedushas Hashem, I said the bracha of Avos, I said the bracha of Gevura. Now I say this long bracha of Kedushas Hashem, which I'm going to conclude with Hamelech HaKadosh. And in that long bracha, what am I going to say? I'm going to say Malchios. I'm going to say Malchios. Wait a second. We have a general principle that the end of the bracha needs to reflect the rest of the bracha. What's the end of the bracha of Malchios? Hamelech HaKadosh. No problem. It reflects that theme of Malchios because it's Hamelech HaKadosh. So why don't I just blow the shofar there? Right? Why don't I blow the shofar there? If I blow the shofar there, then what's going to be the next? Then what am I going to have? I'm going to have Kedushas Hayom, Zichronos. Right? Do I blow the shofar by Kedushas Hayom? No. So since I don't blow the shofar by Kedushas Hayom, I now have a break in blowing the shofar. I blew the shofar. If you want to say blow the shofar after Malchios, which is connected to Kedushas Hashem, I'll blow the shofar there. Then I have a break for Kedushas Hayom, and I'll blow the shofar for Zichronos, and I'll blow the shofar for Shofar. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work according to the second opinion here. It works according to the first opinion. Let's look through it. Okay, look at Rashi. Okay, so Rashi Rashi says, Seder brachos omer avos ugeburos ukedushas Hashem ukedushas hayom v'tokei v'chulei. The mitzvah b'shalosh tikio shel shalosh shalosh. There is a mitzvah to blow the shofar 3 times, each time 3 sounds. Hiditanya lakaman b'pirkin, as we will learn in another page or so. That's the source for blowing the shofar 3 times during Musaf, 3 sounds each time. No, we don't blow it 3 sounds each time. We blow it 9 sounds each time. Why? Because we're not sure which is the correct sound. Okay. So kol el malchios imahen ve'eno tokeya, and you don't make the bracha. Then kedushas hayom, you say the bracha of kedushas hayom v'tokeya, zichronos v'tokeya, shofaros v'tokeya. And then at the end, ve'omer avoda v'hodaya ubirchas kohanim, which is hamavarech hasamo Yisrael b'shalom. Okay? Now, why do we not make the bracha? I'm sorry, why do we not blow shofar after Malchios / Kedushas Hashem? And why do we not do that? So look at the note. Because it would be a break, correct. Look at the note. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines up from the bottom of the left column at the bottom of the page. However, if the shofar were blown at the conclusion of the 3rd blessing, which includes kingship, that's the bracha of Malchios / Kedushas Hashem, and not blown again until the 5th bracha, which is Zichronos, the sequence of blowing would be interrupted by the 4th bracha, during which no blowing is done. Since the 3 sets of shofar blowing should follow one another closely, the first blowing is deferred to the end of the 4th bracha, Kedushas Hayom.
We don't have a bracha in between blowing, right? Bracha blow, bracha blow, rather than bracha blow.
Correct.
Okay. Why is that? Is there some way that it says?
We're going to learn that they need to come consecutively. We're going to learn that, okay?
Okay.
All right. In other words, everybody agrees they need to come consecutively. The question here is, what do we do with Malchios? So this first opinion in the Mishnah says, put Malchios with Kedushas Hashem.
Right.
You're just not going to blow afterwards. And then Kedushas Hayom, you'll blow, and then Zichronos, Shofaros, you blow after each one. You have your 3 shofar blasts consecutively.
Right.
Okay. That's
you just put Kedushas Hayom with whatever comes next.
These are the words of Divrei Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Amar lo Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says to him, Im eina tokeya lemalchios. Wait a second. If you're not what?
You don't blow with the one you need.
Right. Im eino tokeya lemalchios. If you're not blowing by malchios, which according to Rabbi Yochanan's opinion, you're not blowing because it's included with Kedushas Hashem, and if you blow after malchios, you're going to have an interruption of the bracha without blowing. So lama hu maskir. Why are you mentioning it? You're not giving it any importance. You're not attaching the shofar to it. So why are you even mentioning it? Ella. So Rabbi Akiva has a different opinion here. What does Rabbi Akiva say? Ella Omer Avos. Rabbi Akiva says Avos ugevuros ukedushas Hashem. Right.
The
first 3. The kolel malchios im kedushas hayom. Now what do? We put malchios not with the 3rd bracha of kedushas hayom, but we put malchios together with the 4th bracha of kedushas hayom. No, it's a joint bracha. Right? It's a joint bracha. Right? Malchios and Kedushas Hayom. Melech HaKol Haaretz. Right? Mekadesh Yisrael. V'yom HaZikaron. Okay? In other words, that bracha, that 4th bracha in Musaf Shmona Esrei contains references to both Malchios and Kedushas Hayom. And then Rabbi Akiva continues, and then Zichronos, V'tokeya, Shofaros V'tokeya, V'omer Avoda V'hodaya B'irchas Kohan. Okay, so what's the machlokes between between Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Akiva? What's the machlokas?
Whether Kedushas Hashem
Whether
is included in the first or the second.
The Malchios is included with Kedushas Hashem.
Hashem or Malchios is included with
With Kedushas Hayom.
Kedushas Hayom. That's okay.
The
Right?
bracha before Malchios or after Malchios is the one.
Everybody agrees that you have Avos, Gevura, Kedushas Hashem, Kedushas Hayom, Zichronos, Shofaros, and the last three. And the last three. The question is, where in that structure do I put Malchios? First opinion, Rabbi Yochanan says, Avos, Gevura, Kedushas Hashem / Malchios. I put it there. Why? Because according to Rabbi Yochanan, it makes a lot of sense, right? Malchios, Hamelech HaKadosh, it's all the same thing. And then I say Kedushas Hayom, but no shofar. I'm sorry, Kedushas Hayom, yes shofar. Zichronos, yes shofar. Shofaros, yes shofar. And the last three. Rabbi Akiva says no. Rabbi Akiva says that's a problem because you're not blowing shofar by Malchios. Malchios is back in Kedushas Hashem. You're not blowing shofar with Malchios. So what do? So Rabbi Akiva says move Malchios. Avos, Gevura, Kedushas Hashem. Now Malchios gets put together with Kedushas Hayom.
Before or after?
Together with.
Right, but which is
Kedushas Hayom comes after
recited
Malchios.
first?
Malchios.
Malchios,
right.
So it's still away. It's still a bracha away from.
No. Because the bracha contains both
It's like an
together.
extended bracha.
Oh,
Right.
right.
It's one big bracha.
So how does it?
And you can't put Kedushas Hayom together with Zichronos.
Melech HaKol Haaretz, Mikadesh Yisrael B'Yom HaZikaron. Melech HaKol Haaretz is Malchios, Mikadesh Yisrael B'Yom HaZikaron is Kedushas Hayom.
And
Okay.
you can't take Kedushas Hayom and attach it to Zichronos.
Well, theoretically, you could.
Why does it have to be Malchios as the one that's attached to one of the other two?
Because Malchios is the one that attaches more thematically to
One of the other.
either Kedushas Hashem or Kedush, right? Zichronos doesn't attach to Kedushas Hayom, right? Certainly doesn't attach to Kedushas Hashem, doesn't attach to Kedushas, and Shofaros certainly not, even though for us the Shofar is a big deal. Thematically, Malchios is the one that can connect, all right? Okay, that's the Mishnah. Let's look at the Gemara. What does the Gemara say? Amar lo Rabbi, we're on Lamed Bey 32a2. 32a2. Amar lo Rabbi Akiva. So Rabbi Akiva said to Rabbi Yochanan, remember the statement that Rabbi Akiva said to him, Im eino tokea lamalchios lama hu mazkir. Right? If you're not blowing shofar by malchios, so then what are we saying it for? Asks the Gemara. What do you mean? What are we saying it for? Lama hu mazkir? Rahmana Amar Idkar. The Torah itself tells us that we're supposed to, right? Rabbi Akiva, what are you talking about? Rabbi Akiva says, if you're not blowing shofar, what are you even mentioning it for? So the Gemara is saying that can't possibly be what Rabbi Akiva is saying. Why? Because the Torah itself tells us to say it. Now the truth is the Torah itself doesn't tell us to say it, right? The Torah itself doesn't tell us to say it, but the Torah hints at it. So it's what's called an asmachta. And since it's an asmachta, since there's a hint to it in the Torah, which we'll come to see in a minute, the Gemara here is considering it as if the Torah itself told us we had to mention it. So what did Rabbi Akiva mean when he said, Lama Maskir, why are you mentioning it? Rabbi Akiva knew that the Torah requires us to mention it. So what did he mean when he said that? Ella Lama Eser. Why are there 10 psukim in Malchios? In other words, if we're saying already that Malchios doesn't stand on its own 2 feet, in other words, it's bundled with Kedushas Hashem, and we're not blowing shofar with it, so it's not that important, quote, right? Because we're not distinguishing it by blowing shofar. Says Rabbi Akiva, so what do you need 10 psukim for? It's not the same as Zichronos. We blow the shofar by zichronos. Not the same as shofaros. We blow the shofar by shofaros. So if Malchios is intrinsically different, we're not blowing the shofar with it. Why is it not different across the board? Meaning, why does it need 10 psukim just like zichronos and shofaros. That's really the question that Rabbi Akiva was asking. Chas v'shalom, Rabbi Akiva was not asking, why do you mention it? Rabbi Akiva knew you have to mention it. He knew that. He's saying, why is it mentioned? Meaning, why do we mention 10 psukim? We don't have a need to mention 10 psukim. Says the Gemara, interpreting what Rabbi Akiva's question is, Lema Tesha, right? Have 9. You get out 30 seconds earlier, right? Have 9. Dahoil ishtane. That since it's changed already, in other words, since I am no longer associating shofar with this bracha, and it's on a different level now than the other brachos, since it's changed, okay, so make it completely different, right? Why still say 10? In other words, why is there an obligation, according to you, Rabbi Yochanan, that you should still say 10 psukim? Okay, so now the Gemara is going to go into what we were discussing with a little bit more detail. Tanu Rabban and the rabbis learned as follows. Minayin sha'omrim avos. Right? What's the source for saying the bracha of avos? In other words, not just on Rosh Hashana, but what's the source for opening our Shemona Esrei by mentioning avos? Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Havu Lashem b'nei Elim. Right? Havu Lashem b'nei Elim. What does it mean, Havu Lashem b'nei Elim? In other words, this is a pasuk. Where's this pasuk from, guys? Pasuk is from Tehillim. Havu Lashem b'nei Elim. And what does this have to do with? What does this have to do with avos? Havu. What does Havu Lashem mean? Praise, right? Praise Hashem, render, right? To give to Hashem, right? To render means to give to Hashem. But what are we giving to Hashem? We're giving praise to Hashem. And how are the people who are giving praise to Hashem referred? B'nei Elim. We are the children of the Elim. What are Elim? The powerful ones. Who are the powerful ones making a reference to? To the Avos. The Avos are referred to as our powerful ones. So based on this pasuk of Havu Lashem b'nei Elim, of give praise to Hashem, you descendants of the Elim, from there we know that's the hint that we should begin our Shemona Esrei, which is the essence of praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by mentioning the Avos. Uminayin she'omrim gevuros. Right? And how do you know that you're supposed to mention a bracha? How do you know you're supposed to have a bracha of gevuros? Meaning that you're supposed to have a bracha that acknowledges Hashem as this powerful being. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Havu Lashem kavod va'oz. Right? What are you supposed to praise Hashem with? Kavod, honor, and oz, strength. What is strength? Gevura. Not physical strength, like HaKadosh Baruch Hu can lift up buildings, which obviously he can, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu has this tremendous gevura that he's able to bring life back into people who have died already. That's Tchias HaMesim. He's able to bring the rain. That's Mashiach Roch HaMoreh. That's the gevura of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we'll just do one more, and then we'll daven. Minayin she'omrim kedushos, and what is my source for saying kedushas Hashem? Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Havu Lashem kivod shemo ishtachavu Lashem behadras kodesh. That is, give praise to Hashem by honoring His name. Okay, so this is the source. These 3 psukim from Tehillim are the source for the opening brachos of every single Shemona Esrei. Right? Give praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu Avos. Give praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? Gevuros, right? Kavod va'oz, and give praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu because of Kavod Shmo, the sanctification of His name. That's the beginning of every Shemona Esrei based on the psukim. We'll stop here. We'll daven Ma'ariv now.